So the devil has been trying to keep me quiet for a minute now. This whole week, ever since the Polygamist came out, God has been just convicting me. It's like, yay, you better talk that talk. You better say this. And I've just been holding back because every time I try to say something, somebody comes up and it's like, we talk about it. And I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it. But here's the reason why you shouldn't watch it, right? How many of you have been triggered because of this show? Ngiyayibona triggered. I see triggered, right? Because everybody has gone through their experiences. All of these open demonic doors. This show has opened so many demonic doors. Even a trailer, I was just like, why are you riling me up to anger? Why are you opening me up to anger and to envy and to and that's what it's doing. You have this, you know what? Honestly speaking, I barely know the plot. All I know is that there was a guy, he was rich, he was a polygamist, and he played with women. Now the single woman is opening herself up to thinking that she can go and play with a married man. The married woman thinks it's okay to cut God out of her decision making and divorce the husband that this has brought up unkosher feelings about. The woman, the girlfriend of the man who she's about to marry, she's like, let's not get married. I don't want to find myself in this position. Nothing has happened yet. But it's not just that. It's not just that. How many people have spent the weekend thinking about all of these things and not once putting God in their thoughts? You might use it's educational as an excuse. So it might be educational, but where did God fit into that education? I don't even think like and Mudimu Kubelur Tuse isn't a prayer. It's not just it's like because help you with what? Help you with what? What are we trying to tell God? Or when something like this when something like this comes up, we're going to be controlled by our emotions. God gave us the spirit of love, not of self-control. God gave us the spirit of love, of self-control, and of power, not of fear. Where then does the spirit of resisting the devil go then? Mina, I don't know. I don't understand. So I know exactly where I'm gonna stand with this situation. I'm not gonna yo. So let me just put it this way, right? The Bible says in James 4 verse 7, submit yourselves therefore to God, resist the devil and he will flee from you. Now, I might have been paraphrasing whether it says to God or to the Lord. But it does say that, right? What God revealed to me was that it's exactly the opposite. It's also the opposite. You submit yourself to the God of this of this world, to the God of this system. You are resisting the Lord, and the Lord will give you your space. And the Lord will give you your space. What's going to happen when you realize how far you've stepped away from Him? Because you're not gonna, it gets me emotional. It gets me riled up. It gets me really angry that the devil actually tricked us. He tricked us into getting into this and watching these shows and listening to this music and watching these movies. If you've been sensitive to the Holy Spirit recently, and I know you have, I know you've been feeling a stirring and you've been pushing it away and you think, it's probably nothing, it's something big. It's something big, and I really, really need you to open your eyes about this. I really, the Lord needs you to open your eyes about this, because you're pushing Him away. You're pushing God away. Yes, I love what He loves, and I hate what He hates, and I hate it when He's trying to rescue people and we're running away from Him. Every time I even think about watching The Polygamist, God is like, yeah, you ain't now. Yes, He does say it like that sometimes, and what He actually says is no, 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 it's not for you. And I accept that, because just watching the trailer, I could feel the Lord pushing away from me, and I'm like, no, no. I fear God more than I want to watch The Polygamist. I fear God more than I want to have those open doors. Those emotions that you're busy opening yourself up for, do you realize that you're feeding the devil? Staying mad, staying angry, and not forgiving. Unforgiveness is one of the things that's going to send us to hell. Do you know that? Unforgiveness. Just saying, I will never forgive this person. This storyline is bringing up unforgiveness. The storyline is stirring up unforgiveness in someone's heart, in people's hearts. It's opening women up to thinking, Ogoti, it's okay to go and date a married man. It's okay to go and ruin a marriage. But even in that decision making, if your wife knows what covenant keeping God is, do you know that woman could... Do you know that woman could end up dead because your wife understands what covenant keeping God means, what sovereign God means? I don't think you guys are playing with fire watching the show. Hey, you guys are playing with the Lord's love by watching this show. We're playing with God's. I personally feel like, I believe that radical obedience is necessary in this time, especially this month. Everything that's happening. Why is it now? Why now? When everything is so much at an emotional peak, must another emotional peak happen in June? I don't think we're asking the right questions. I don't think we're asking the right questions. The right questions are not supposed to be involving Jonas. They're not Joyce. They're not supposed to be involving those people. They're supposed to be, why is this happening now? Why are we being distracted spiritually now? What is the devil working on? What's the devil up to? We're not asking the right questions. And we're not going to the Lord to ask these questions in the first place. Because let me ask you something. Within this weekend, because now, yesterday was the 16th actually. I bet money that some of you even finished The Polygamist. A lot of the people that I know finished them during the weekend, right? They started The Polygamist on Friday, they finished it on Sunday. Some of you probably finished it yesterday. Some of you are even still talking about it today. How did it enrich your life? Firstly, how did it enrich your spiritual walk with the Lord? And now you know. I'm telling you, a lot of you are going to be like, no, I broke up with the man that's been cheating on me for so long. And this. Good for you. Good for you. But what did the Lord say, bro? What did God say? Mind you, when you've been praying for the relationship, you've been praying that God must intercede. Now you're like, nyekile. What are you saying, God? Because if you don't intercede for that person, somebody else will, and somebody else will bring that person to God. Then what? Because we are not working. We are not bringing people to God for ourselves. You realize that we're bringing God to people. We're bringing people to God for Him, for His glory, so that His will can be done. Like even the beginning of I don't know. It opened a mental door for me to even realize, see, this is not for any believer to watch. This is not for any Christian person to watch. This is not for any God-fearing person to be watching. Like you fear God, you're not supposed to be watching things like that, because we do not go by sight. We don't go by the things that we see. We walk by faith. So what are we saying? But what are we telling God when we say, "Oh, okay, you know what? My husband's probably doing the same thing." What were you believing God for then? I don't. I'm not understanding. Like, I mean, maybe him. Maybe I'm the problem. I don't think I am. I really don't. I don't think I am. But the fact of the matter is, we're ignoring the fact that this has pulled us away from God. This has pulled us away from God. Why are we letting us be pulled away from God by something that's supposed to be a storyline? You know, there are some people that they can watch this and not be affected. I literally like I'm literally reading people saying, "Oh, you know, Jonas is in the middle of my relationship," or "This thing has been ruining my relationship," or "It's not Jonasi. It's not Jonasi. It's not." Don't you realize the open doors? Like before you even repost this, take some time. Open your eyes now. Open your eyes and question what open doors are in this series. What has the devil used this series to stir up in you? Because nobody's immune. Nobody's immune to the effects of sin. Like it's like flu. It's like flu. You don't get like an injection and then suddenly you're not a carrier of something. And then like other people can get shots and be immune, but the immunization is you got the shot. But they put flu in you so that you can be affected, so that it doesn't affect you as much when it comes stronger. No, like you're still getting the flu. And you think that it's and sin is so much worse, because you think that it doesn't affect you, but it does. It does. You think that it doesn't affect you because, oh, you know what, I went through this. So, but now look at your marriage. Look at your relationship. Look at what you're trying to cultivate. Look at the fear that you have that you didn't have before you watched this show. Is it just me? Maybe I'm overreacting, but I saw the trailers and I was like, "There's absolutely no way I'm watching this." I saw and I go on Instagram, like I'm a victim of doom scrolling. I went to Instagram and I saw so many people. I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. I saw so many people posting about Jonasi, and you know the effects of Jonasi and the effects of Joyce and the effects of, and I'm like, this is what we're praising. You know, the devil doesn't need us to look towards something. He just needs us to look away from God. That's enough. He doesn't even need us to look towards Him to acknowledge that we're looking at Him. He don't need that. And then because of that, I think I've been cured of my time scrolling. But honestly, what are we doing? What are we telling God by doing this? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that the Lord's not happy. The Lord is not happy with what we've been carrying, with how we're carrying ourselves. Thank God He has appointed intercessors for this country. God, the devil can see that we're praying. The devil can see that we're praying. And that's why we're being distracted. Because we're finally looking at prayer. We're finally looking at prayer as a lifestyle. We're finally looking at prayer as a choice to go to the Lord with it and go, you know what, God? Get Shuba in South Africa. Ish.